Alright, y'all. I'm back on my bullshit with this tier list game. Who wants to see me rank all of Pokemon Gen 1, the Shinies? Basically, we're going to go through these Shinies, the pictures of every single Shiny. I don't know, wait. I'll look at these categories in a second. But I'm going to go through all the Shinies from Generation 1 of Pokemon, my favorite generation. And I'm going to rank whether it's good Shiny, bad Shiny, cool Shiny, must-have Shiny, or a Garchomp. I don't understand why. Garchomp must be a bad Shiny. I'm just going to call it trash. I'm just going to call it trash. We're going to call it trash. Trash Shiny. Because there are trash Shinies that are just like, why? That's not a Shiny. And there's plenty of them in Gen 1. Gen 1 is probably my least favorite set of Shinies, and it's my most favorite set of Pokemon. So here we go. Yep, trash even gets its own category. The colors are kind of inverted? What do you mean the colors are inverted? Oh, you mean like red is bad, green is good? I got what you're saying. That's okay. Words is all that matter. The colors don't matter. It's fine. I didn't make this chart, okay? Somebody else made this shit. So anyway, let's do this. Starting with the beginning, one of the top tier Pokemon of all time, Bulbasaur. I mean, just look at Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. Usually they're like a blue color, right? Here's the trend you're probably going to see with Gen 1, is that there's way too many that are just green. They got a green hue on top of their normal color. Bulbasaur, it works a little bit because he's already a dinosaur thing, so like making him green, it's like whatever. That's actually not terrible looking. Like, he looks okay. I'll give him an okay. And you know what? I'll do the same for his evolutions because they're all okay. They go from looking like a blue dinosaur to like a green dinosaur with a flower on its back. That's literally the change. Do I like one more than any of the other ones to rank them in a certain order? Not really. I'm fine with that order. That's the order that I like the evolutions, so I'll go in that order. Alright, let's get on to Charmander. You look at Charmander. Does he look different at all? Does he even look shiny? Does he change color even in the slightest? Like, barely. Maybe like a slight yellow hue. You know what that means? He's fucking bad. Is he trash? He's close. When it's one that you can't even tell it's barely shiny, it's bad. 100% bad shiny. It's not trash because it's not ugly, but it's bad because you can't tell. And you know what, Charmeleon? You're pretty much in the same category because you know what? You're just more orange. Usually you're more red. Charmander is more obvious. Or I should say, Charmeleon's more obvious. He's more orange like a Charmander. But Charmander is just bad. And the Charmeleon one's not much better. It's like, it's a slight bit better, but still bad. I'll put Charmander below the Charmeleon. They're both bad. Don't tell me that they couldn't have been cooler, because guess what? As FML just said, Charizard. Look at Charizard! That's a fucking top tier, different color. Different scheme. Looks awesome. Why does Charizard get all the cool shit? I love Charizard, but why only him? He's a fucking amazing. Look at that color. That's like my favorite color scheme. Red and black is one of my favorite colors. Look at my fucking chair. Actually, you can't see because the shit's in the way. My chair's red and black, goddammit. Anyway, Charizard's top tier, one of the best shinies there is in the whole game, let alone fucking Gen 1 especially. Not going to say that. Charizard isn't a lot better, but Charmander's more different than Bulbasaur. You think so? I don't think so. I think Charmander's less different than Bulbasaur. The only, like, this green... What are you showing me? This, oh. Is this supposed to be the original Charmander? Original Charmander? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So this is original Charmander. It's more orange. Okay, he's more yellow. That's what I said. But if you go from orange to yellow, you didn't do anything. Blue to green is more of an obvious color change than orange to yellow, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't think it's good. I think it's bad. And I said Bulbasaur is only okay. He's not good. You never considered Bulbasaur blue? Bluish green, whatever, turquoise, whatever blue you want to call him. He's a blue color. He's light colored cyan, bluish green, whatever you want to call that shit. He's definitely not this color green. Like, he's like frog-ass green here. We're only 6 Pokemon in, by the way. All right. Anyway, oh look, even worse. Let's get to Squirtle. Squirtle's turtle? I think his shell is different color. I think Squirtle's shell is like a different color. Can we look at this in a different tab? Open in a new tab. Is it bigger? No, it's hella small. His shell is green, but the rest of him looks the same. He goes in bad. You know why he goes in bad? Because look at his next evolutions. At least they changed color. At least they're purple. You know? That's better than Squirtle. Is it cool? It's cooler than blue when Squirtle's already blue and his shell turns green. Wartortle changes less than Charmander. Stop arguing for Charmander. You can't tell me that Charmander's a good shiny. Stop it. Stop it. Charmander's a terrible shiny. You're lucky I didn't put him in trash. I hate it. Charmeleon's just as bad, like I said. At least he turns orange over red. At least. But you can barely tell this fucker is yellow. Especially when the sprite is this small. But these are just... I can't make them bigger. Alright. Anyway. Wartortle and Blastoise. I'll put them in okay. I was thinking about putting them in cool. But I think in the grand scheme of things, I do like them better than Bulbasaur, yes. But I don't like them that much more. They're not cool. They're just better than Bulbasaur, barely. They're okay. Could they be cooler, especially Blastoise? Yes. A purple Blastoise is cool, but could be cooler. Now, let's get on with the show. Goddamn, the starters are like the most contentious of them all. Seriously. Alright, Caterpie, not green anymore. So thank God he's not more green. He's actually orange. That's different. I don't even think I've actually seen the shiny Caterpie line. Okay, you know what? I don't mind the orange Caterpie because at least it's different and interesting. I'm okay. I'm cool with it. I'm better with that than I am with all of this shit. And the Metapod, for that matter. A red Metapod is actually pretty dope. I'm down for the red Metapod. Butterfree, that one, not as much changes there. It's still purple. It's a different color purple. The eyes are not red. They're green now. Is it still cool? It doesn't look worse. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but I'll put it higher than all the rest of these fuckers in the okay. It's not as cool as the ones it starts with. If it stayed red, I'd be like, hell yeah. Or even if it was pink like the one in the anime. You're trying to see... Oh, when we get to evolutions. Oh, shit. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. Anyway, Weedle. Weedle is another one of those ones I don't see shit. He's like a different, less strong yellow color. He's going in the bad category. He can be the worst bad we've seen so far because I don't even like Weedle in the first place. Fucking barely different yellow Weedle. He looks more like a Wiggler here than he does it, with his base color. He's like a slightly different yellow. Maybe a little more orangey, like a little bit, but not enough to matter. Kakuna's like green instead of yellow. Honestly, you could do better. You could do better. It can go in bad. It's like a ugly green. It's not even good. I'm actually kind of leaning toward the same thing. It's an ugly green. I might put it in trash because the color of green that it is ugly. It's like an ugly-ass green. It's definitely not better than any of these, so it's going in trash. Green Beedrill kind of feels the same. I'm not going to lie. It's got that same hue of ugly green that Kakuna's rocking, and I don't like it. I don't like it either. I'm going to put it slightly ahead of Kakuna just because Kakuna's shitty anyways. But goddamn, those are bad. They'll just green on... all these ones that just turn green, they're going to end up down here, by the way. I hate these green ones. The fact that Bulbasaur ended up in okay only happened because it's Bulbasaur, and him being green actually looks alright. But Beedrill green, ugly. I hate the green ones. We're going to get to more. There's a bunch of green ones. You can see them. Oh, look! A line of Pokemon you can barely tell changed. Barely. Different hues of brown, guys. Shinier brown. Monocolor brown Pidgey. Alright, so Pidgey's trash. You can't even tell a difference. It's like ugly brown. It doesn't look cooler than a regular Pidgey. It doesn't look distinct from a regular Pidgey. It looks stupid. trash. It's better than the Kakuna, but barely. Pidgeotto. It's like a little bit more of like a two-tone color instead of having the colorfulness of a Pidgeotto that usually has. I don't really care for that one either, to be honest. Can't even picture a shiny brown. Exactly. I might put Pidgeotto in trash as well. I don't like the Pidgeotto. Like, see, this is where we're getting into the ones where I'm just like, why even make a shiny if you're not even going to try? And you know what? Pidgeot is not any better. Let's be real. None of the Pidgey line is good. They're all trash. Wish they were better. Sit in the bench. Sit in the garbage where you belong. I can't even believe the Weedle. The Weedle barely made it out because it didn't change color barely at all. That's why it's bad, but not trash. You like the Pidgeot color better? I don't. I don't think that looks better. I think the original still looks better for all these, like, by far. The Shiny's not better or interesting. Oh, not than the original. You say you like it better than these two. I got you. Well, that's where I put it, too. So there you go. All right. Anyway, continuing on. Rattata. Okay, Rattata at least is not purple. He's like a brown color, which... Wow, we have a brown rat. Wow, how novel, guys. We went from a purple rat, which was interesting and different, to a brown rat. Cool. Going in the trash. Why couldn't you have done anything? Anything! Any color! You went with brown. You could have made him a white rat, and I thought probably would have thought it was cooler, but you went with brown. Suck it. Just suck off. Just fuck off. Even a black rat. A black or a white rat would have been way better than just a straight brown, normal, basic bitch-ass rat. Pass. And Raticate is like a more prominent reddish brown than a normal Raticate. He's like less brown. He's more red. I guess he doesn't look terrible, but he doesn't look that different, to be honest. I will put him in okay because he at least looks different than a regular Raticate, but not enough to be like, ooh, that's a shiny. So he can go in the low end of bad because it's fucking Raticate and who cares? Hey, he could have been a blue rat. Could have been any color of the goddamn rainbow. But you chose like a brown-gray rat. Like, I guess he's kind of gray now that I stare at him for a minute. But he's not a cool-looking color, I can tell you that. Alright, on to Spearow and Fearow. Okay, they're way less red now. They had way more red on them before. Now they're more like a... It's like they took the color and like yellowed it out. Oh, we're going to get there, Mara. We're going in order, though. Yeah, I'm going to probably put Fearow and Spearow in the garbage category as well. I don't like those colors on those birds. They could look way cooler. I'll probably put the Rattata lower and the Kakuna lower. And the Fearow can go higher than the Spearow. That Pidgey can go lower. I hate the Pidgey one. So these are all trash. Yeah, I'm good with this. I don't like any of the birds. You're getting ahead of yourself, Mar. We're going in order. All right, we got this Ekans, which is like a brown, ugly brown. What the hell kind of color is this? What even color is this? Brown and orange? It's like a Halloween snake. Like a golden brown orange. I can't even really tell. It's such an ugly color. That's an ugly color. Why is a purple and yellow snake this color? Yeah, it's like anti-shiny. Exactly. You went from purple and yellow to this. Google it first before I judge, but I have to base it off of this. Arbok looks a little better. Ekans does not. I will probably put Arbok in okay, but Ekans I think I'm gonna put in bad. He's not trash. He's better than the Raticate, but he's not good either. He's not good. He's not as bad as these ones, which are just fucking wastes of life. All right, Pikachu. Hey, look, it's a shiny Pikachu, guys. Trash. Your most prominent Pokemon in the whole series, and you didn't do shit. Pokemon Pikachu goes last. Worst shiny ever made. You know why? Because they didn't change him at all. Useless. Alright, anyway. Raichu's like a little more orange, I guess. I think his cheek's a different color. His tail's not as yellow. At least he's different. I'm going to at least put him in bad. He's not good. He's better than most of these bads, but he's not good. I'm going too slow. No, you're going too fast. You're jumping to ones that I'm like 30, 40 Pokemon away from. I got to take my time and talk shit. Anyway, Sandshrew, you're like still yellow, but not as prominently yellow. You're like a green. You're kind of, for a shiny, you're kind of shitty. I'm not going to lie. You're kind of shitty. You can go like right, right below these other trash motherfuckers, but that's about as good as you're going to get, homie. Yeah, you can go like right here. It's like an ugly green. He's not cool looking, that's for sure. What's a shiny? Basically, when you get a shiny Pokemon, they're not their normal colors, Chet. So they're not their default colors. They have like a shiny version. That's what they call them. It just means that they're not the same color. They're like a more rare. Now we're getting on to some different stuff. See, Sandshrew was boo-boo, but Sandslash, Mr. Red Mohawk over here, Mr. Akuma-looking hair over here. Now you're talking. That's a cool mofo right there. That's a cool guy. That's the guy I'll take. That's a winner right there. That's a winner. Much cooler than everything else below it, besides Charizard. Like, he easily shoots to the top. No joke. Like, way cooler. Red hair for the win, man. Alright, anyway, now we're on to Nidoran, which basically what they did with Nidorans is they palette swapped them. So, like, Nidoran female is now purple and pinkish for the Nidorina versus where the Nidorans are flipped. I actually like that idea that they just flip the palette swap. While it's not the most creative thing to just flip them, it still looks cool. I'm actually kind of cool with that. I'm actually kind of cool with putting all the Nidorans in cool, because I do like that they just flipped them, and it actually looks interesting. Now, I'm skipping Nidoqueen and Nidoking because they are prominently different than their starting parts. I actually think Nidoking Blue is pretty fucking cool. I would put that in a must-have. And Nidoqueen. I don't like how she's brown. I don't like the brown, dude. Why did you make her brown? She's okay. I'll put her in okay. I don't like her as much as I like the rest of the line. The reason I went out of order there, Maro, is because I judged them all as a group. I had to. Do I want her higher than some of these other ones? Not really. I don't like her brown color. I just don't like it. She's still got pink titties, but she ain't got the brown. Actually, brown and pink. I shit on the birds, but you think Shiny Nidoqueen's okay? I do think Shiny Nidoqueen's okay. I think it's better than the shitty birds. Look at these birds. You tell me that this bottom row is either standout or interesting. Make an argument. You tell me. I don't think so. Alright, Clefairy. Looking like a Jigglypuff over here all pink and shit. He's way more pink. It's way more pink. Gold birds are bad, but they could mix it up and not have all the... Just put it this way. Yes, they could be better. They could be better. Let's be real. They're not prominently changed up enough to be like, oh, that's a shiny this thing. Like, no. Fuck that. And these birds, while they're golden, they're just the same colors, but they like tone down the color, and they're not even shiny. Anyway, like I said, Clefairy, yes. You respect the fairy green tips on the Clefairy? Not a lot of change there, yeah. The green ears, the pink, they're a little bit more pink, and they got green ears. Is it different? Sure. Is it good? Definitely not great. I might put this in the okay. It can sit behind it. It can sit by the Arbok. That's fine. They're okay. If I sit here and argue with you the whole stream, we'll never get through this tier list tomorrow, so I got to keep moving. Anyway, Vulpix. Why is Vulpix yellow and green ugly, and then Ninetales looks dope as shit? I'm sorry. The Vulpix is trash, but the Ninetales is goated. That's how good the shiny is compared to the goddamn trash-ass Vulpix. Yeah, I agree with you guys 100%. 100%. In fact, I'm going to put Vulpix at the bottom because Vulpix did dirty. Vulpix was so cool as a reddish, orangish, whatever color she's supposed to be. Way cooler. You toned her down to make her yellow, ugly-ass, yellow-green. Brother, She got pissed on. She looks like shit. Ninetales goated. Red eyes, like a lavendery fur. That looks dope. Yeah, even evolution glow up. That's fine, but you did it dirty, man. You did it dirty. Like anything. You could have changed something. Make it yellow and purple. At least that goes together. Like make the tails purple to go with the yellow body. That probably would have looked cool, actually. But instead you went this shit. This is shit. Absolute garbage. Alright, Jiggle and Wiggle, they barely changed. I think their eyes are a different color. They're like more green instead of blue. Different hue of pink, maybe. I don't think these are as good as the Clefairy. I'm probably gonna put these ones in bad because they didn't change very much. They didn't change enough. They're not trash. They pretty much just look the same. They're bad, but they're not trash. They just look the same. Like, there's not enough difference to really matter. Nah, this is why we're doing this tier list, Morrow, because this is a very, very, I won't say controversial. This is a very, like, there's a lot of trash in the Gen 1 Shinies, and then that's what you're seeing. Like, it's skewed toward the bottom, as you can tell. Alright, anyway, we're on to Golbat and Zubat. Guess what? They're fucking green! They look like shit. I hate them. You know what? They're bats. They could be so much cooler. Golbat's like a different color a little bit, but they don't look cool. They look like crap. They could look better. They could look better. Make them better. And you know what? The next three I already see are going right with them. Oddish, Gloom. They're just yellow and ugly. Get out of here. All crap. These are all crap. Parasect. Paris is a little more red instead of orange. He can go in bad. He's not good. And Parasect's same. These ones just look the same. They look barely different. They're just less red. Yeah, the colors in the list aren't inverted. The green are all at the bottom. See, yeah, trash green tier. Exactly. See, it makes sense. Crobat's actually a cool shiny, but he's not on this list. Sorry, not sorry. Paris colors are body and the bodies are swapped, or the colors are swapped. I think you're right. I think Parasect is this color and Paris is that color. Yeah, they swapped. And that's fine. That just means they look the same. That's why they're bad and not good. Basically, the point is they're not good ones. They're bad. They didn't change barely anything. They don't look terrible, but they don't even look okay. They just look the same. All right, we got Venonat with like some blue eyes instead of red eyes. You know what? I don't mind the blue-eyed Venonat, actually. I'm gonna put that in okay. I think that looks all right. It looks better than the Clefairies, I think. I don't mind that. Blue Venomoth, I actually think's pretty cool. That I like. That's a pretty cool color blue. I like that. That's a cool blue. I like that. That one I like. Venomoth moving up. I'm going to move it ahead of all the Nidorans because it's actually different than the Nidorans who just swapped colors. I'm putting you ahead of Caterpie too. Metapod being red is kind of goated, I'm not going to lie. But Venomoth blue is pretty dope. I like that. Alright, Diglett. We got brown, or I guess those are like black charcoal looking noses. And they're like a darker brown. I can't say I'm overly impressed with the Diglett. I think I'm probably going to put them in the bad category as well. Because they didn't change them that much, but they have different colored noses. I kind of wish they just made them a different color entirely. Could have been more fun. Not a big fan of the changes. They're not trash. They kind of just look the same with a black nose. So, I'm going to move on. Meowth. Another one that doesn't look like it changed at all. He's like a little more, like a little less white. A little like, I don't know. He's like more colorful almost, but I don't know. Maybe more yellowy even. He's in bad. He goes in bad. He doesn't look different. And neither does Persian. They both go in bad. They look the same. He's like paler. He's like a paler white, but he doesn't look good. These could be so much cooler. They're cats, man. Make them cool colors. Now we're getting somewhere. Blue Psyduck. They fucked up here. Because they made Psyduck blue, which is awesome. Cool, awesome choice. He actually goes up here with Venomoth. I like it. But what did you do to Golduck? Why does he not gold or yellow or, you know, the opposite of Psyduck, which would have made all the sense? Why would you not do that? Why'd you keep him like a weird color blue and just kept him blue? He's already blue! He goes in bad because he's just blue. He's just a different hue of blue. He can go ahead of these crappy ones, but I'll put him like ahead of the fucking Ekans, but that's about it, I think. Golduck is not even a gold shiny. Exactly. You think he'd be fucking gold? Duck. The hell? Yeah, exactly. Meowth and Persian barely look different at all. Here's the thing. I put them there because you can tell they're different, Morrow, but not enough to matter. Can you tell that Pikachu changed at all? If I put that next to a regular Pikachu, it will almost look identical. Like, literally. Not the biggest tragedy in this list. What, the Meowths, you mean? Yeah. Pikachu's obviously darker. Don't tell me, obviously. Don't tell me it's obvious. It's obvious to somebody who stares at Pokemon all day, maybe. But it's not obvious. Anyway, let's move on. It's Mankey time. Mankey is green. I hate it. Primeape is kind of like a reddish, brownish, reddish color with, like, I don't know, dark brown fists. I wish he... Why can't Primeape be cooler? I hate it. I want to like it, but I hate it. I fucking love Primeape, and you ruined it. You ruined it. You ruined it. I hate them both. I just hate them both. Whatever color those are, I hate them both. And you're gonna get me on it again right now. Growlithe Arcanine, dude. I fucking love Arcanine. It's like my favorite Pokemon. Look at this, dude. I just bought this to put on my desk. I just bought this. He's adorable. He sits on my desk. This is so much cooler. He's not shiny. He's just regular. But this fucking shit is atrocious. It doesn't even... You did nothing. You did nothing. You made it look worse. It's trash. Trash. Hey, look. Morglet didn't do anything. It's Poliwhirl and Poliwag. They literally are a different color blue, but they look the fucking same. They're more purplish than bluish. They really look the same, though. So they're not good. And guess what? They made the frog green. You know what? The one green I can clap for because it's a frog and he turned green. There's actually another one coming up on this list that turned green that makes sense. I'll allow it. He can go in the okay category. He can go in... He'll move up because he's actually appropriately a frog green. GG's. GG's okay frog green. Is he a cool green? Not really. He's just frog green. But you know what? He wins. He's way better than the other ones who are just blue, which are already like a purpley blue already. So GG's on that. I will say this Poliwhirl and Poliwag can move up though, because they're a better looking blue than a lot of these other ones. I'll put them up here with the Golduck. I do like the color blue they use. I do like them. I don't hate them. I just don't think they changed enough to be good. Oh, and now you're gonna get into more that I like. I mean, Alakazam is probably the only one I can actually tell that has a good difference. Abra barely changed. Abra barely changed. Abra barely changed. I'm gonna put Abra in bad. I love this line. It's one of my favorites. Again. I got it, Alakazam! Here it is. Alakazam! Goes on my desk, too. He doesn't look as bad as the Arcanine, though, so I can't be that mad. But he could be so much cooler. And yes, I put Wartortle and Blastoise in the okay, because while they are purple, they're not, like, a super cool, prominent purple color. They're definitely near the top of okay, for sure. But, yeah. Anyway, Kadabra's bad. Alakazam could be better. He's at least he's a little more distinct. I'll put him in okay. I will put Alakazam in okay. He doesn't look as bad as these two. These two just don't change much. Alakazam, you can at least tell a difference. And I will put him ahead of, like... I'm going to move Venonat back up. I don't know why Venonat got this low down. I actually like the Venonat more than these couple. And I'll probably put Alakazam right behind him. But yeah. My love for Alakazam has helped, but he also is a different color than normal. So at least he looks... I like the color of his clothes better. I do agree with that. I do like it. Yes, you can talk about my horrible decisions all you want. But anyway, yes. Hey, look, we're on to more green ones. At least these guys were like prominently blue, and now they're prominently green. Like you can tell the difference. It's not like they're a slightly different color. But I think they look ugly as fuck. I hate all of them. They all belong in the trash. I don't... Machamp is probably the only one I like out of the three if I had to pick one that I would actually like to look at. But I don't like it. It could be a different color. He could be better. I don't like that he's green. Literally, the whole trash category is just going to be green Pokemon because they just greened out everything and they look like shit. Alright, moving on. Bellsprout. Bellsprout's kind of brown instead of green. Like, his face is yellow still, but, like, his leaves aren't green anymore. They're just brown. His stem is a different brown. I think he looks stupid. I think he looks stupid. Weepinbell basically looks the same. He's just not... He's, like, more... He's more green overall. He's less yellow. I'm just gonna put him in trash. There's no change. I don't like his new color. I don't like it. Ooh, the most atrocious on the list is here. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, anyway, we're on to Weepinbell, who's the most different of the three. I wouldn't say I like this, but it's so different than the original, actually, because it's like yellow and brown and blue-lipped. It's so weird. I don't know if I love it, but it's okay. At least it's different. I like it better than the Weepinbell and Bellsprout for sure. The blue lips, I think, actually give it a plus. I'm going to put it in okay. I don't know if I'm going to put it in... I don't think I'm going to put it in cool. But I'm going to put it like at the top of okay. Because it's so different than the original, at least, that I'm actually like... I like that it exists. I don't hate it. I don't love the color scheme, but I don't hate it. Alright. Tentacool. He's more purple, and he's got green eyes instead of red. He actually looks different. I'm actually... This is one of those ones that doesn't look like crazy different colors, but he is different. And I do like it. I'm not going to lie. I don't think he's cool. I think he's okay. I think I'm going to put him in okay as well, but I'm going to put him up at the top. Probably behind like Bulbous. Like right here. Yeah. And I think Tentacruel's kind of the same. Same color eyes as the Tentacruel head. Different color blue, not purpley. He actually doesn't look that different now that I think about it than the original. He might go in the... I'll keep him in okay, but I'm going to put him on the low half. Because Clefairy wasn't that different either, but I didn't hate it. So I'm going to put it at the bottom. I don't hate it. It's like, it's got enough differences that aren't... Like, the main body's still blue. But, like, some of the things are actually different, at least. It's one of those Evo-based color swaps. Oh, yeah. Tentacruel's probably more purpley and Tentacruel's more blue. That might be right, actually. Why did you do that with Psyduck Golduck? I don't know. Hey, look! We went from a gray rock to a brown rock. Hell yeah. Trash. Trash. We went from a gray rock to a brown rock. Double trash. We went from a gray rock... This actually looks better than the original. Maybe not better. But I don't like how green Golem kind of gets when he becomes Golem. I actually don't mind this for Golem. I actually think Golem's okay. I don't like the trash rocks, but I do not hate Golem. I will put him in the okay, and I'll put him up here by the Tentacool, I think. That's fine. He's okay. He gets a pass because he actually looks different than he usually does. And I like it. But brown fucking rocks, boring. Now we're talking purple and blue ponies. Dude. Goated colors. Goated. Rapidash, Ponyta, Go, and the goats. Those are awesome different colors. One of the best goddamn palette swap change color thingies they did for a goddamn shiny in Gen 1. Way better. Yeah, like blue hot fire, amazing. I like the purple color scheme and the toned down color of the white on their skin. Much better. Much better. I love those. Those are great. I love those ones. Alright, now we're on to Slowpoke. Trash. You didn't do anything. Well, in that case, you go normal. Bad. He goes bad because he didn't do it. They just didn't do anything. Slowpoke looks the same. He's less pinkish. He looks the same. Now, Slowbro actually looks purple. So, you know what? He gets to go in the okay category because he looks purple at least. And I'm going to put him up there with that Golem action because he looks different, and I don't hate him. The next tier list is going to be Smasher. That's not a tier list, Morrow. That's a Smash or Pass list. There's a difference. I guess it could be a tier list, just Smash or Pass, but I don't think I'm going to do that with Pokemon. All right, anyway, Magnemite, Magneton. They're kind of brown. Let's be real. They look like trash. They look trashy. I don't like them. Who cares? They don't even look cool. Like, they're like maybe more metallic-y, but I'd rather... Why don't you just make them like, I don't know, like a really shiny silver, or not, like a shiny gold and other shiny metals. Make them a different shiny because they're metal already. Do something better. Be more creative. Lame. Trash for not being very good. Far-fetched. You don't look very different, do you, buddy? You look a little redder than usual, but that's about it. You're going to probably go in bad. I'm going to put you right there with that bad category. You don't look terrible, but I don't think you've changed much. Hey, look, more green people that turned more green. Doduo and Dodrio, trash. Green birds, trash. Trash green birds. Seal and Dugong. They look the same with like a slight darker hue, which means they're going in bad because nobody decided to make them look cooler. Yeah, like maybe slightly darker tone on the white, but that's about it. Really not much there to even see. Hey, look, Pokemon that turn green that makes sense. They're nasty piles of green goo. This actually makes... And you know what? They're not even puke green like these guys. They actually look like a good color green. Is it weird that a purple one turning into green that is a pile of goopy goo is way better? I'm actually going to put these in okay because that's okay. This makes a lot of sense. In fact, it makes a lot more sense than most of this shit. Let's be real. It makes a lot more sense. In fact, I like the green on Muck even more. Just like slightly. Just slightly. But yeah. Alright. Shelter. Red. Actually looks pretty dope. I'm going to put that in cool. I actually like that. I like the red Shelter. That's way different. And actually, Cloyster? I didn't realize Cloyster looked kind of cool. But Cloyster looks kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. Cloyster, Shelter, kind of... I'm kind of feeling that. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of feeling that Cloyster color looks pretty dope. I kind of agree with that. That's pretty good. I like that. Ooh. I do like the Ghastly Blue and the Haunter Purple, and then... What have you done? What have you done? What have they done? So I like what they did with Ghastly a lot, actually. Ghastly looks cool. I'm actually going to put him in a must-have because that's a cool-ass blue ghost. Haunter didn't change enough to be amazing, but I still think he looks cool. But what have you done to my Gengar, man? What have you done? What have you done? He goes at the bottom. He goes at the bottom because it's so utterly disappointing. It's as bad as Pikachu. In fact, let's put Pikachu down there with him because they belong together. They belonged exactly together. Because look how disappointing that is for shiny Pokemon. Two of the most prominent Pokemon out there that people know. And look at them. Just look at them. Then you got Charizard, who's also one. And look at him. He's dope as fuck. Come on. All right, anyway. Onix. He's like a yellow. Terrible. He's terrible. That's what Onix is. He's fucking terrible. He goes from gray rock to yellow rock. He's ugly. He's terrible. Get out of my house. All right, next up we got Drowsy. Actually looks pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. That looks cooler than the yellow and the yellow dipped chocolate fucking Drowsy we have normally. He's like a pinkish color. I actually don't mind. I actually think that they're kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. The Drowsy and the Hypno, they're going in cool. I actually think those are cool. Apparently anything green I hate. No, dude, there's some okay ones up here. They don't belong in the cool category. The closest one would probably be Muck and Grimer to being cool because it actually makes sense, but I don't think it's that cool. I just think it makes more sense. And the Green Frog, of course, too. But it's not like those colors are like, oh, that's awesome. It's just like, if he was like a two-tone green with like 2 colors of green to make him look like he has detail, then I'd be like, oh, shit, that's a dope-ass Poliwrath. But like, nah, he's just green. Anyway, I do like the Drowsy and Hypno actually a lot. Yeah, I'll probably put Hunter at the bottom along with. I might put him up. I'm gonna put him up above the Caterpie. Yeah, I think I like them better than the Caterpie. Yeah. Hypno's cool. I like the pink Hypno. All right, now we're on to Krabby, who's like a yellowy golden color, kind of trash. Not gonna lie, you took away his red orangeness, and now he just looks trashy. Kind of a shitty color for Krabby. I'm not gonna lie. Kingler actually looks not bad. But I don't think he looks good either. I think he could be better. Like, he's still kind of yellowy, green, ugly. I'm going to put him in bad. Like, he's one of the first bad ones I've done who actually looks different, but I just don't think he's trash. I just don't think he's good. Here you go. Here's some more interesting, cool ones at least. Blue Pokeballs! They can go in cool. Prominently different color. I actually like the blue on the Voltorb better. Blue Pokeballs, bro. Better. Different. Cooler. Red and blue. Very different, distinct colors. Very obvious that they're different color. Different different shiny. Hiya. Can you tell what my color bias is when it's not just red, purple, and blue? I mean, there's an orange one up here, I guess. I don't know, man. Make cooler green ones. Is there any green ones that are going to be higher in this list? I'm looking down right now. You know what? I see at least one that's going to be high. 2 probably. Maybe 3. We'll see. We'll see how I feel like it when I get there. But yeah. The yellow eggs. Trash. They went from white eggs to yellow eggs. Trash. Straight trash. Get in the trash, you yellow eggs. Orangish brown tree. That used to be... I guess he just kind of looks like a tree, brown, and then he has green. His hair, his hair, I guess you call it, is green. At least he looks different. I might put him in bad, but I don't know. He looks better than the stupid eggs. I don't think he looks great. I was thinking about it. I might slide him to okay. The more I look at him, more I'm like, at least he's different. I'm gonna put him in okay. I think I'm okay with that. He kind of belongs down here with the rest of these guys that I think are okay. Hey, what's up, Ezalb? Welcome in. What is all this? This is me ranking the Pokemon Gen 1 Shinies. I am tier listing them because I'm I don't know. I was taking a break from Pokemon, playing Pokemon to rate some Pokemon. So welcome in. Anyway, let's get to Cubone here. Cubone. They're green. They're fucking green. They're just green. Everybody in Gen 1's fucking green or yellow, and they look like crap. And Hitmonlee, you're going right with them. You're green as fuck. You look stupid. Now, Hitmonchan, his gloves are blue. He gets to go in okay. I don't think he's cool, but I think he's okay. At least they changed his most prominent thing, which is his gloves. He's a little bit ugly color-wise. He's not quite as green as Hitmonlee, I'll tell you that. He's more yellowy, but he belongs in okay. I give him an okay. He doesn't belong in cool because the rest of him doesn't look that cool, but his gloves being blue are pretty cool. All right, we're on to Lickitung. Lickitung is kind of an orangey color now instead of like a pink, because he's usually like a very prominent like pink color. I don't think he looks bad. I think he belongs in okay. I think okay is right where he belongs. I probably need to sort this okay category a little bit, but I'm just going to leave it alone for now. Coughing and wheezing. I very much like those colors. I'm not going to lie. Those are cool. Those go into cool. Those are cool. They're like a bluish with the pink smoke. I'm clap for a color that looks different than all the other greenish blues that we've seen. Like seriously, look at this whole thing. I don't see anything else that color. Literally the only thing that's that color, not the smoke, but the color of their skin. Nothing else is that color here. Prominent, it stands out. I like it. It's different. Not cool. Not bad. Pretty cool actually. Rhyhorn. He's like kind of like a pinkish orange almost. I guess he's like a pinkish orange. He doesn't look bad. I actually don't hate. It's like he's just kind of brownish, pinkish orange brownish. I'm not sure how to describe that color. He's more brownish, I guess. He definitely looks more distinct than the Rhydon, I can tell you that. I'm going to put him in okay, actually. I think he looks at least more interesting, or as interesting, or if not more so, than the original gray Rhyhorn. More like clay or something, yeah. The most iconic's got to be the shiny red Gyarados. We're getting there. Don't you worry. We're getting there, Ezalb. We're getting there. Rhydon. I'm going to probably put this in the bad category. I don't think he's very different looking. He's a lot lighter. He's less gray. But he doesn't change much. He looks mostly the same. I think bad. Bad's good. Bad's good for him. He's not trash. He doesn't look terrible. He just doesn't look different enough. Green Chansey. Just crap. It's just crap. I don't... It's just crap. It's not... If it was a good color green, I'd be like, maybe. But that color green sucks. That color green sucks. Especially on Chansey. Tangela. See, at least this is a plant that goes from blue to green. That I at least can see. It doesn't look weird or anything. It doesn't look off or anything. It just looks like a normal green plant. I don't think I'm going to put him in cool. But I think he belongs in okay with Rhyhorn. If I like Rhyhorn being brown, I don't mind Tangela being green. This makes sense. I can live with that. Tangela can be green. That's fine. Kangaskhan. Another one that's like, what did you even do? You made him lighter? Is that all you did? You just made him lighter. You just made him lighter. It looks the same. Like, what did you do? What the fuck did you do? I think his head might be a little different color, like darker color, but it looks like barely nothing. For someone who didn't know any better, they think normal Tangela would be shiny. Yeah, exactly. You'd think the plant would be green and it would be, yeah, but the blue would be the shiny, but no. No. All right, Horsey and Seadra. I actually like how cool they look. Like, they didn't really change a whole lot. See, here's my problem with them, is they didn't change a whole lot, but they look cool. How do I rank that? Because I do like what they look like, but they don't change enough to be like, oh, that's a way different color. But I do like how they look. Like Seadra especially, I think looks cooler. I know, but the thing with Nidoran and is that female male is at least they palette swapped the male for female entirely, right? Like they're just entirely flipped. They didn't flip anything here, I don't think, but they do look cool. I can't deny that they look cool. Let's just put them in cool. Let's not overthink this. I like how they look cool. I can't argue this. They do look cool. Seadra is definitely cooler than Horsey. 100% they do look cool. I can't argue it. I can sit here and try to justify it, but they do look cool. Hey, look, another Pokemon who barely changed. Goldeen. Like literally I don't see. Maybe you're slightly off. I can't even tell. Seeking, I can tell you're not quite as red, which means you're more yellow, which means you suck. Go back in the garbage where you belong, Seeking. All right, Starmie. Looking pretty cool. I think Starmie looks pretty cool. Staryu, though, he's less brown. I mean, he looks cool. Do I put him in cool? I know where I'm putting Starmie. Where am I putting Staryu, though? Am I going to put you in cool? I guess so. I do like what Staryu looks like. Starmie's pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm going to put Starmie in the top. Goldeen. To the tune of Jolene. I'll put Staryu. Yeah, Starmie belongs in cool. That's a cool color scheme. That red and blue. That's not bad. All right. Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime is definitely different. He definitely was like red and blue and white. And now he's like blue and green, and I guess he's mostly the same. It's just the blue and the green are different than his red and blue. They're like different colors. He's just a little different. It's a different shade of blue. The green went from like pinkish red to green. I don't think he's good. Like he's very different. He definitely looks different. I don't think it's good though. I think it's like it's not a good different. If it was cool different, I would be like cool, but he doesn't look good. I think he belongs in bad. He's just not a good shiny. He's different enough to be different, but he's just not good. Scyther. So here's my thing. I was looking at Scyther and I was like, he's definitely a different shade of green. It's very distinct, different shade of green. Like he's very darker green. He looks fucking cool like this. But is he that different? He's really not. I do like. He's like in the same. I'm putting him in the same category as Seadra and Horsey right now. I like what he looks like, but he looks so different. I'm gonna put him in cool because he looks cool. He does. That color green on Scyther is cool. I'm not gonna lie. Is it different though? Not really, but it's cool. We're getting there, guys. Last couple rows. Here we are. Anyway, we're on Jinx, who honestly I don't think looks that different. Maybe a little more pink versus red. Like, because they have done cooler stuff with Scyther, yes, Morrow, but I still think he looks cool. Is he a goated one? No, because he's not different enough, but he's cool. But yeah, anyway, Jinx. Jinx is going in the bad because there's nothing. Like, it's the same with Mr. Mime. Like, there's different stuff, but it's not enough to matter. Electabuzz is, like, orangish. I don't know if Electabuzz going from yellow to orange is amazing. So I'm trying to decide if I like him as an okay or a cool. I don't hate him. I just don't know if I don't know if I think he's cool or if I think he's okay. I don't hate him. He's cool. Mara's trying to convince me he's cool. I mean, he is orange, I guess. All right, I'll put him in cool. Fine. Hey, what's up, Zero? You made it to the stream in time for the last 15 minutes or so while I finish up this tier list, but welcome in, Zero. Well, here's the difference. I think that Scyther looks way cooler than Electabuzz in general as a design. Scyther's a cool-ass Pokemon, generally. And just generally speaking, I think he's cooler than Electabuzz. That's where I'm starting from, right? And then you go with the color scheme. That's what we're doing here. I think this color scheme makes him look even cooler. An orange Electabuzz, he looks like an orange Electabuzz. Like that's what he looks like. I mean, he looks cool. I do think he looks cool. He doesn't look bad. He's definitely different than the yellow shiny Electabuzz, but not by enough to be like, oh, that's a way different color. I don't know. All right. Anyway, down to Magmar here. And yes, I am saying that Gengar and Pikachu don't look cool. You know why I'm saying that, DJ? Because they look normal. They are they're two of the most recognizable Pokemon in the entire world. Literally two of them. In the entire world! Don't even give me like that shit. And they look the same. Do something! Make them look stupider. Make them look fucking grayed out. I don't care. Make them look something different. Then I can just say they're trash based on that. But you did nothing. You did nothing! And that's all I have to say about that. You did nothing. Alright, anyway. Magmar, pink. Kind of cool. I'll put it in cool. I like a pink Magmar. Why not? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Look at this. This pincer looks dope as shit. It's like a blue, like a dark blue. That's a dope-ass navy. You know what? That's a goated. That's a goated color. That pincer is a goated blue. I like that blue. That's a goated color. I'm not gonna lie. Just staring at him, I'm like, that's a cool-ass pincer. And then by contrast, you got this green and yellow Tauros that looks like trash. What is this color? Why does he look like a fucking... He looks like a yellow cow with a fucking... He got a bush around his head. It's not even his hair. He's got a bush growing out of his neck. It's a Brazilian Tauros. He kind of is. He's Sprite Tauros. God. All right, I will put him in bad because I think he's not trash, but he's not. I don't think he's good. I think it's a bad color scheme. I think it's just a bad choice of color. I don't think like green and blue, or sorry, yellow and green is just like, it's okay color scheme, but I don't know. I don't think I like it. I don't think I like it. I'm again. This is a personal preference thing. I don't know if I like it. I don't know. I don't care for it much. I do like that he's like very pronounced yellow. Like he stands out very yellowy. He's not like, oh, I'm brown but now yellowy. No, he's fucking yellow, and his mane is very green. So it's like you know what color he is now. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put him up higher in the bad category. I just don't like this color scheme. I just don't. Like, he'd be the top of the bad because he's actually very different, but I don't like it. Does that make any sense? It does. It does in my head. This is my list. Just pointing out he's a cooler of bad and trash. I mean, he is green and yellow. He is. Magikarp. Again, all they did was make him yellow. Gold and yellow. Yeah, whatever. Compared to what he turns into, a golden Magikarp, gold-ish, yellowish, I'll put him in bad because I don't think he looks good. I just don't think he looks good. I don't like it. But guess who does belong in the best tier? Motherfucking red, best ass Gyarados. That's always been one of the top tier shinies ever. Red Gyarados for the win. He's the king of the Corp. Yeah. Definitely goes at the top. Purple Lapras. I'm not gonna lie. Purple Lapras pretty cool. I don't think that's a top tier one, but it's pretty cool. It's like in the same category as these Electabuzzes and Magmars. Like, not different enough to be like, oh, that's way different, but cool enough to be like, yeah, I like that. Blue Ditto. Blue Ditto. I actually like Blue Ditto. I'm not going to lie. Blue Ditto. I'm torn between cool and S tier for Ditto. I'm going to put Ditto near the top of cool. I don't think I like Ditto enough to belong with this category. I don't think Ditto belongs up here with these giants, these titans of industry. I think Ditto belongs one notch below them. I do like him, but I don't think he belongs. He would be the outlier up here. I don't think he belongs. But don't worry, we're going to get into some very much not belongs right now. Here's Eevee time. Oh, I know he can turn into anything tomorrow. We're not going to argue that Ditto can turn into anything. He could be any shiny. If they're going to go off of that, then yeah, he could be anything. Thank you for quoting that, Doug. This list is invalid because I made the Ditto cool and not S tier. Nah, he's fine. He'll be fine. Alright, anyway. Eevee. Okay, so I actually don't mind the gray Eevee or whatever color this is supposed to be. Like he's basically gray. He's basically a gray Eevee. I actually don't mind it. It's different than brown. He's not fancy or cool looking really, but, you know, it's different. I probably put the gray Eevee in okay. I don't love the gray Eevee. I always thought it was okay. They basically took an Eevee sticker and let it fade into the sun, and boom, you got Eevee. That's very accurate, DJ. That's very accurate. Yeah, as long as Eevee's not green, we're good. So, you know what? Okay. I can live with okay. But now we're getting into some controversy here, because who the fuck decided that this choices for the evolutions would be good? Because right off the bat, Vaporeon being like a pinkish purple, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I actually like that. I like it a lot. Do I think it's a must-have, or do I think it's a cool, is where I'm kind of leaning right now. Because I do like it, but I don't know if I like it in the must-have. I gotta think. I gotta compare. I gotta contrast. I gotta think. I gotta compare. I gotta contrast. I might just put it at the top of cool, like up here with Ditto and shit. I don't know if I'm going to put it up here with the best of the best of the best. I do like the Vaporeon, I do. But I don't think it belongs up here. I don't see it. It doesn't hit as hard. It goes to the top of cool though, for sure. It's very cool. Because compared to what we're about to get into, what the fuck? What is this green ass Jolteon? What is this green ass Jolteon? Get out of here. Go to the trash where you belong. Get out of here. Don't even look at me. Don't even look at me. And then Flareon. You made you there's your Flareon. You poured some water on him so he's less fiery, and now he just looks like that. I don't think he's trash, but I don't think they did anything. Like they didn't do enough to they didn't change shit. He goes in bad. He goes right there with Magikarp. They made him like more goldenish, but that's about it. He just looks bad. He's like more yellowy golden. He just looks bad. Bad. Just bad. Porygon now. Now you're speaking my language. Something a little different. Something a little interesting. A little lighter pink, a little darker blue. I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this quite literally. I'm going to put it below some of these other really cool color ones that I like, but it's going to go like right here. Yeah. I do like the Porygon. Not goated, but cool. You have some strong words that might change someone's opinion on one of these remaining shinies? Well, let's get there, and then we can talk about it overall. Such a color bias list. Well, it might not be by the time I reach the end here, because I actually have some opinions on these last few. But here we go. Omastar, Omanite. They're way less blue and more purple now. You know? I'm not mad at them. I'm not going to lie. They don't look different enough to be like they're hella cool. But I probably will put them in cool because I put Lapras there. I put Magmar there. I do like them. I think they look cool. And yeah. And then we get to the next ones. And guess what color they are? Guess what color they are? They're fucking green and yellow again. They're green and yellow and green and green. And they're more green. And they're the ugly green. They're trash. They're both trash. The cool Pokemon that got trashed. And I hate it. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Alright. Now let's get into better things. We got Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl, actually pretty dope with the blue wings. I think he's like more Ridley color purple. Aerodactyl's more of like a toned down gray color. He looks more like Ridley here. And I'm kind of here for it. I'm not going to lie. He looks a lot like Ridley. I'm thinking he's going to go in the cool. I like his vibe. I like his vibe. I like his vibe. And here's another one that's going to make me sigh and be disappointed. Snorlax. Another one of those ones that I just said, you know how I said Pikachu and Gengar are like two of the most recognizable athletes in the world today? Snorlax is up there in terms of recognizable. Everybody knows who the fuck is Snorlax. And look at him. He just looks like Snorlax. What have you done? Did you do anything? Do you want people to be excited about a shiny Snorlax, or do you just want them to have a Snorlax? Because I feel like you've disappointed me greatly, and I kind of want to put you down here with the other ones because this is how I feel. Like, literally 3 of the most recognizable Pokemon in the whole goddamn world. In the whole goddamn world. Why? Don't worry, we're almost there, FML. Alright, birds. Okay. Birds are interesting because they didn't do a whole lot with them. We kind of got faded different colors here. We got like a faded blue. We got like a different darker yellow. And we got like a swapped red-orange palette thing going on here with Moltres. Moltres definitely looks the most different. Yeah, he doesn't look great. Because the red it's kind of like red on red instead of the white with the red, you know? He probably looks the most different, but also looks the least cool. The other two just look normal, but different shade of the color they usually are. I'm going to put them all in okay, I think. I'm just going to put them all in okay, because I don't hate any of them, but I don't love any of them. They're all okay. They're all okay. I don't even know which one I like the best. They're just all okay. Dratini, purple. Fucking cool. I'm a fan. Put him up here. Put him up, put him up. Dragonair, also purple. Put him up, put him up. And then you have Dragonite. And then you have Dragonite, who they made green. But here's one defense I will give Dragonite. Now, I know I've been hating on green this whole thing. But here's the thing about green on Dragonite. He's a fucking dragon. And now he's green, which is a very prominent color for dragons in the history of the lore of dragons. So you know what? For that, he's okay. He's not terrible. It's not a bad choice. Could he be cooler? Of course he could be cooler. He's like the fucking frog up here. He's going to go right next to Poliwhirl, or Poliwrath, rather. He's appropriately colored, but not amazing. He's right next to Poliwrath. Aerodactyl over Dragonite's Bazaar? Why? Why? He looks like fucking Ridley. What do you mean, why? He's got blue wings and he looks like Ridley. Why would you not agree with that? That's not that crazy. Now, if he was all purple, like a purple dragon, I'd be like, But yeah, I don't mind Dragonite. I just wish he was cooler. Like, he's one of those Pokemon that I like a lot, and I wish he was cooler. But alright, we're on to our last two. Let's finish this off. Mewtwo. I almost called him Magikarp. Mewtwo is usually just purple, right? Like pink or pinkish purple. His crotch area is pinkish purple, right? So they just made it green. How appropriate. The main man legendary from Gen 1 being green. One of the most recognizable athletes in the world. At least he's a different color, though. I think it's bad. I don't think he's terrible. I just think it's bad. I think he could be better. Like, he's one of those ones where it just could be better. They could do better. Is he at the top of bad? Sure, he can be up here. But, like, he doesn't look bad. Like, if I didn't look at this entire list and I saw a green Mewtwo, I'd be like, that's cool. But I looked at this whole list and I'm like, there's so much green here. So much green. And most of it's crap. Mewtwo's not the crappiest green here. He really isn't. But he's not. He could be better. He could be better. And last but not least, we got a blue Mew, which is adorable. And a very good color blue. And is definitely going to go at the very top. Or close to... yeah, we'll put it at the very top. Very top of cool. I don't think it's a must-have. I honestly don't. I do like it. It's, again, I like it the same way I like these other ones up here. I like them a lot. But I don't think they belong in the GOAT conversation. I mean, look at this GOAT. Look at this GOAT list. You can't beat the must-haves. These color schemes. Different two-tone colors going on. You're not just all fucking one monotone color. Like, I think these are all great, great shiny choices. Like, you can't really go wrong with any of those. And that's the list, y'all. You can see the whole thing in one shot. There's my final tier. I'm not going to finish sorting this. I put some of the best ones at the top of each of the, you know, where I have them. But otherwise, I'm leaving it alone. This trash list doesn't need to be sorted other than the fact that these three at the bottom are just there for sake of being absolutely disappointing for how big of a popular of a Pokemon they are and just not doing anything with them at all. Versus, look at these fuckers up here! And Charizard being number one. I mean, honestly, even if I sorted these, I think Charizard would still be number one. It's like my favorite color scheme, black and red. I can move Gyarados up, though. Yeah, I'd move Gyarados up to, like... I'd probably put him here. I'm going to switch Sandslash down, though. He's probably going to be, like, down here. I do like the Sandslash, but he's not number 2, that's for sure. I'd probably shift the Ghastly up. Or, Starmie's probably my second least favorite. Then the Nidoking, probably. I probably like the Gat. Yeah, Yeah. That's about right. That's somewhere around there. It could be a little shifted around, but that's close enough. I'm not going to sit here and sort out my must-haves too close. But yeah, that's about right. That's about right. But yeah, there's my final Gen 1 shiny tier list. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think Gen 1 has the worst slate of shinies overall? Maybe I'll do more gens of this and just have fun with this, because this was actually a pretty fun one, very controversial. I think we had fun debating on this one. Maybe we'll do a Gen 2 and beyond later, and we'll just do each gen separately. Hopefully they have them. I'll have to check this tier list website and see what they got, but I'm hoping they have them all. That'd be nice. But I know there's a lot of cool shinies out there, but I also know there's a lot more crappy ones too. But yeah, that's where I look at it. Gen 1 has a lot of crappy yellows and browns and greens down here, and just, it's not even so much that some of them aren't different, because some of them are very different. They're just made them green. Look how many greens. Like, almost all these are green and yellow, except for the few browns. Trash. Straight trash. Straight up trash. Alright, well, anyway, that's the tier list. Thank you for watching. May I see you on another tier list another day. Peace!